It looks like Tesla is finally adding CarPlay to all of their vehicles for free in the upcoming holiday update. No, this is not a joke. Yes, this is real, coming from insiders who talked to the team over at Bloomberg, and that would mean that Waze, Google Maps, and all the other CarPlay apps you'd want are coming to your Tesla very soon, which is exciting, but also I already know the comments are coming. Why does this even matter, and why should you care? Let me kind of explain what this report is talking about, kind of 5 big details on exactly how this is going to work, when it's going to come. Let me explain why this is such a big deal, and kind of the bigger story here, kind of explaining why this shows us, love CarPlay or not, that Tesla is finally listening to their customers and finally, giving us, most of us, what we've long been asking for. And look, I get it. I know many of you guys watching are totally happy with Tesla's software experience. It's fast, it's fluid, it's got all of these media apps, and to Tesla's credit, they've added a lot of missing things over the years, and you don't see the need to supplement this with Apple or Android's kind of janky mobile solution. Tesla, in your opinion, is doing a better job. But on the flip side, I know many of you guys like Tesla software, but you also kind of want and miss many CarPlay features. And after reading literally thousands of comments over the years, here are the 4 or 5 things that CarPlay excels at and some big reasons why it would be useful. Number 1, the most common one I hear all the time, is third-party map apps. Google Maps, for example, even Apple Maps has gotten surprisingly good. And of course, the crowd favorite like Waze just gives you features you will not find in the stock Tesla app. For example, I know Waze, of course, is a huge crowd favorite for the way they do live real-time traffic sourcing, the way they do visualizations, 3D maps, searching, their route planning, which a lot of people say is just faster and more reliable. Of course, there's the police detection, road hazard detection, all that stuff. Again, to give Tesla credit where credit is due, they are working on their own solution to bring more of that real-time data and more Waze-like features into their own mapping service, but a lot of people just really like Waze and all of the features that gives you that you just won't find in Tesla's maps. Same, of course, goes for Google Maps and the features that mapping service has, which actually now Google Maps has access to real-time supercharging data, so it kind of is getting more and more like the built-in Tesla Maps app. And again, same goes for Apple Maps as well, especially on CarPlay. Apple's really trying to make a concerted effort to make their mapping system better, and a lot of people, like it or not, do prefer the Apple Maps visuals, especially, and even the data now with some EV stuff built in, they've got over the stock experience. They just think it looks better. The second big advantage that Apple CarPlay is going to give you that Tesla just cannot compete with is the access to hundreds, if not thousands of apps, beyond just kind of the basic media apps that kind of Tesla has most of them, but they are missing some things. I know you guys like Pandora. You get access to even more here on CarPlay. For example, besides apps like a better route planner, some people might really enjoy the Apple audiobooks experience, which you cannot get with the stock Tesla app. Or maybe you are a Bloomberg subscriber and you want to listen to their podcasts or their radio stations. Same goes for Apple News. Maybe you subscribe to Apple News and you want to have access to some of the stories or different audiobooks apps. There are, of course, some redundancies, but again, there are a bunch of different apps, even EV apps like PlugShare, a better route planner, things like that you simply don't have access to with the stock Tesla app. There is no app store, there are no integrations, and CarPlay is going to give you access to those, and not just the ones that are available now, but also the ones that'll pop up online, and more will probably come if Tesla does officially add CarPlay. Another huge advantage of the CarPlay ecosystem is support for messages, not just better text message support, because the built-in Tesla text message stuff is honestly downright terrible. The voice commands really aren't that good, but also not only do you have actual full-fledged messaging apps in here. I'm not going to open my messages, but of course you have a full messages suite on here, but also access to third-party messaging apps as well. Telegram, WhatsApp, just from Facebook Messenger, a variety of different messaging apps you can use that you just simply cannot get with the built-in Tesla support. And honestly, little pro tip here, if you want to know what Tesla is working on next, check out what jobs they're hiring for. Because as we see more and more interest from Tesla in hiring for cybercab positions or roadster positions or, FSD supervision operator positions in different areas, that is where you know kind of where Tesla is moving in what direction they're going to be taking the company next. And obviously, as we talk about jobs, it's sort of hard to talk about jobs these days without sort of talking about AI, as we see more and more companies eliminating positions because of the advancements of AI. And you don't want to think of this as like a bubble that's going to pop. AI is here to stay, which is why you want to know how to learn and master these AI tools so it just doesn't come and hit you like a truck one day. That is why I am so excited to partner with my friends over at Outskill. They've got a 2-day AI mastermind training coming up, which has been attended by over 10 million people globally, which is here to turn you sort of from AI rookie to AI pro in just a couple of hours. This runs on Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. And not only is it usually $395, I'm actually going to partner with Outskill and give it away to you guys totally for free, so you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. In just 16 hours, you're learning all about some amazing AI-powered tools. You're learning about how to master AI in programs like in Excel and Sheets and presentations. You're building your own AI agents and workflow and so much more, and jumping into community and getting access to amazing resources for everybody sort of working together to learn all this stuff. You're sort of in this together. You're not alone. If you attend both days, you're unlocking an additional $5,000 worth of free goodies like a prompt Bible, a roadmap to monetizing AI, and your own personalized AI toolkit. Plus, again, you are learning real-world skills, understanding these now real-world popular tools from experts in their field. And again, with AI sort of becoming a bigger and bigger thing every day, the last thing you want to do is get left behind. And with this sort of AI mastermind, you have got everything to gain and nothing to lose because Outskill is giving it to you guys for free. So if you guys want to learn more, check it out, get registered, coming up this weekend. And again, really just invest in yourself and just take some time to really help grow your career and maybe jump into a new hobby or revenue stream. Check out the amazing stuff that Outskill has got to offer at the link right down below in the description, or scan the QR code on screen. CarPlay is also giving you access to way more integrations and smarts as well. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say Siri is better than Grok because, again, at Tesla's credit, Grok is pretty good, but Grok is not available in all parts of the world, so there's a kind of plus for CarPlay in that regard. And then also, Siri does give you access to not only the ability to do more things like send messages and the ability to get some more real-time information and things from your friends, but also if you're in the Apple ecosystem and you have smart home devices like cameras and thermostats and things like that, it is kind of cool to be able to send those commands from your car, or even be able to integrate it even more with CarPlay so you can sort of do things on a geolocation basis, like starting things automatically before you get home and things like that. I guess mobile ordering as well, even though that kind of goes with different apps. You're just going to get more integrations and more control and more smarts with CarPlay's situation. But a couple of other small things that I do think make sense for a lot of people. One of them is customization. I mean, Tesla software is great, but there's only so much you can do to really make this your own and customize it. And love Apple or hate them, especially in iOS 26, they have made the experience way more visually different. And also you have way more abilities here to customize wallpapers and app tints and hues and things like that. So if you are someone who really wants to customize the look of your car on the outside and the inside, you would appreciate that. And then one other thing I will say is that CarPlay is getting more abilities and more capabilities all the time. And in some cases, it might be getting updates faster than Tesla. So new apps coming online, the ability to have new features and things like that, which might not actually be a bad thing because it gives you more opportunities and more ways you can do stuff through here. Even if it's just kind of a window in your Tesla, still allows you to do some pretty cool things. And it's that functionality that isn't a game-changing thing for many people, but is valuable enough that is kind of the main reason why Tesla is going to go through with this. Again, according to this report from Bloomberg, who is almost always right about their Apple and their Tesla and tech reporting, which is why I think this is actually going to happen. In fact, it isn't just this and these features, but Bloomberg also says that, look, Tesla sees the market. They obviously want to do everything they can to make sales. And with so many people, I think it's like a third of new car customers demanding that CarPlay be in a vehicle, it looks like Tesla is going to add support for this. Even if you never use it, even if you never turn it on, people want the ability to have it, which according to Bloomberg is why they're doing this and why they're doing this ASAP. What adds even more controversy to all of this is the fact that we've been hearing for a while that Tesla was working on two other features that some are saying maybe is sort of being confused and jumbled up into one big thing. For example, we've heard that Tesla has been actively looking to add CarPlay for a long while now, for months. They've supposedly had this sort of in the queue ready to launch. Some people even saying a pop-up on their phones that their car could accept AirPlay connections. And then also we've been hearing recently that new code in the Tesla software and the app would allow for screen mirroring, both the ability for Tesla to remotely mirror your screen and maybe help you fix issues remotely, and then also the ability for you to mirror what's on your phone screen to your big screen in your car. Now, obviously, AirPlay is the Apple standard to this, but presumably this would be a universal standard that would work with Apple devices, iPhones, iPads, but also Android phones and Windows computers and tablets and things like that. So maybe those two are going to be in addition to this, or maybe kind of Tesla was kind of looking at the drawing board and figured CarPlay would kind of solve most of these issues. Not sure what the final feature list is going to be, but just so you know, those are all kind of supposedly in development and launching as soon as any moment now with the 2025 holiday update. But what's super interesting about all this, and especially from this report that I actually paid the $10 to Bloomberg to actually read in its entirety, isn't just sort of the headline that Tesla's working on CarPlay, but it's some of the more additional features that do make things super interesting. For example, we're learning that this would actually work kind of in a lot of ways like the hacky versions right now, where this would live in a window within your Tesla and it wouldn't overtake the entire screen. So you would still be using your Tesla for all of the car controls and even for media apps and charging and navigation and settings and things like that. But you could also have CarPlay open side by side in a separate window that would allow for Waze or Google Maps or other audio apps and things like that. Again, I've shown off why, CarPlay could be valuable, but just keep in mind, this isn't going to sort of take up the entire display. It would just be with sort of within a window like other apps that sort of live side by side with the, fully functional Tesla OS. We're also learning that this implementation from Tesla would come within a software update, so no additional hardware, and both wired or wireless versions of CarPlay would work. So you could either plug your phone in and charge it and get CarPlay that way, or it would work wirelessly. And then also, just so we know here, this would not be, according to Bloomberg, the new CarPlay Ultra. Apple showed this off. It has, more customizations and settings. It's got a kind of a cooler look. I only think like one car supports it right now. This wouldn't be that. This would just be sort of the regular old CarPlay. And then also we're learning that this wouldn't have access to the lower level Tesla features. So it wouldn't have FSD control. It wouldn't have the ability to control your car. In a lot of ways, it would just kind of be like the workarounds I've showed, where it gives you CarPlay in a window. You can do apps and messages and things like that. But it's sort of running in parallel to what Tesla's offering, not a full replacement, which honestly might sort of be exactly what people want. Just an addition to have it and have the option to have it and, use it if they want to or not. And like most things with Tesla, the timing here is also particularly interesting. So according to Bloomberg and the insiders they've talked to at Tesla, this could be launching as soon as the end of the year. So that would squarely put it within the release of the holiday update, which, that kind of makes sense given the fact that this is the update at the end of the year that Tesla always kind of does their best stuff. It's the most exciting stuff. That would make a lot of sense to do CarPlay with that. But we're also, of course, hearing there's a chance this gets pushed to 2026. And there's always, sort of the idea that Tesla could ultimately decide not to do this and then kill the implementation. I was having a conversation with people on X over this. There were some pretty substantial rumors about 5 years ago, back in 2019, 2020, that Tesla was working to build their own app store, that they were going to allow developers to develop apps for the Tesla, and there were some really sleek concepts of how this would work, and it seemed like this was going to be the perfect thing. But there were a lot of risks with that. There might not have been a developer appetite to it, and I don't know if people just wanted CarPlay and not apps. Whatever the case was, Tesla ultimately decided, however long, far along they were in the development process, to not go through with it, and we never got it. So maybe CarPlay is kind of the resurrection of that idea in a more palatable form that gives people more apps and kind of gives them the best of both worlds. results. Now, of course, there is still a lot of controversy and lingering questions over this. There wouldn't be Android Auto support, so if you have an Android phone, you wouldn't be able to do your phone mirroring thing. It's only Apple CarPlay is the only thing. And there's also a lot of questions on how this would work. Could Tesla do this with a software update? Would they need other hardware? There's a lot of sort of hypothetical scenarios on how this would work. We don't know, but we're hearing right now it would be a software update. And then, of course, like I said, people are still just really upset about this. People think that CarPlay is a downgrade. They want to use the Tesla software. They think it looks trashy. It looks bad. But honestly, I don't disagree. I like the Tesla software a lot, but is there really any harm to this? I mean, if this is really going to move the needle for sales and Tesla could implement this relatively easily, why not do it? What's the downside to just giving people the option to run this in a window? And if you want to use CarPlay, you can. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. So I don't know. I understand why people wouldn't want it, but the outrage over Tesla developing it and even adding in support, I don't understand why that is so controversial and so hated. Also, I just want to take a moment in this video and say thank you, because this channel, these videos wouldn't exist without you guys. So first off, thank you so much. Amazon gift card coming in the next minute or so of this video. If you can find it as a thank you, it'll look something like this. And second thing is, I've got to say thanks to not just you guys, but my partners on this channel who make this stuff possible. The companies in the Tesla space making the best accessories that you guys need to know about, like my friends over at Drive Protected that offer the best PPF kits that you can get for your Tesla. And making it even better is that you can save thousands of dollars by installing the kits yourself. Their PPF film, for example, is incredibly high quality. It's their Defense Plus series. It's obviously going to protect your very fragile Tesla paint or even give you that beautiful matte finish option that looks even better. And what I love about Drive Protected is that they give you all the tools and resources, not just in terms of the physical stuff, but also step-by-step videos that'll help you walk through exactly how to install this. Link to Drive Protected's lineup is down below. They've got options for every Tesla in the lineup, and I've got a special coupon code, my code Rosenfeld, where you can save 10% off your order as well. So check out Drive Protected and use my code to save 10% off your entire order. There are also the best floor mats you can get for your Tesla, courtesy of my friends over at 3W Liners, who have an exclusive coupon code where you guys can save, I think it's like 30% with my coupon code down below. 3W Liners has amazing options for basically every single vehicle on the road, especially every Tesla you can get. And they offer amazing frunk to trunk protection. These mats are incredibly durable. They're precision made just for your Tesla. They're really easy to clean. Look, if you're looking for the best floor mats for your Tesla that are durable, going to withstand the test of time, and also a very, very good deal, my friends at 3W Liners have amazing options. And again, I've got an exclusive coupon code you can check out at the link down below as well. And if you're looking for one place to go for amazing Tesla accessories, that is my friends over at TPARTS. They are your one-stop shop for every single Tesla accessory you would want, from interior upgrades, exterior upgrades, spoilers, carbon fiber accents, more storage, charging accessories, plus so much more. They've got everything. And I've also got an exclusive coupon code where you guys can save 10% off your order by using the code on screen, or of course the link down below as well. And as we all know, owning a Tesla is great, and a well-accessorized, good-looking Tesla is great, but we don't like to deal with Tesla vandals who could ruin that and really damage our Tesla. And while the built-in Sentry mode is great, it would be even better if you could get live real-time alerts and even put your vehicle on the offensive. That is exactly why I love Sentry Pro, because it turns Sentry mode in your Tesla Pro by giving you live real-time alerts on your phone, on your smartwatch, iOS or Android, doesn't matter. There's an app available for both phone platforms. And with beta actions, you can even put your vehicle on the offensive by either flashing the lights or honking the horn when Sentry mode is activated. So the bad guy knows that you are watching, and then you are literally watching with that live real-time alert, checking out the cameras. It is amazing, going to work with every single Tesla in the lineup. And for a limited time, there are, of course, very affordable monthly subscription offerings, but also a 20% lifetime discount where you can buy it once, own it for life, and save for limited times. If you want to check out Sentry Pro and save 20% on a lifetime subscription, that link will be down below as well. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, I love my friends at Tesla Emblems. They have some really creative, fun, and affordable ways to upgrade your Tesla and your Tesla accessories. Like, I love their key card wraps. Like, it's super easy to put a wrap on here. They have so many fun designs, and it just really makes your Tesla experience feel unique. I've never gotten more questions on my Tesla key card than when I had it wrapped with Elon's black Amex card, which was a lot of fun. Of course, they've also got some great solutions for customizing customizing your car as well. You can customize the emblems, the charge port. This is sort of a nice way to personalize your car, make it look like its own, and of course, won't break the bank. Very, very affordable. And of course, I've got a coupon code for you guys here as well if you want to save. So of course, check that out down below. Also, thanks again to Outskill for the support of the channel. If you want to check out the AI Mastermind happening this weekend, scan the QR code on screen or hit that link down below. Now, I should also add that I've shown off recently this project that kind of does CarPlay and Android Auto emulation, but also allows you to like watch live TV in your car and things like that. In my next video, I'm going to kind of show how that works and kind of how you can get these features now and not wait for Tesla and I guess kind of ultimately give yourself even more features, but that'll be for the next video, just a little teaser there. But with that, I am really curious, what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is worthwhile? Is this, finally what you've wanted is Waze in your Tesla? Is this your happy moment? Or do you think this is a colossal waste of time for Tesla to pursue? Really curious? Please drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this. I appreciate you guys. As always, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Let me know how excited or not you are for CarPlay. Thanks, guys. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see ya in the next one.